Bob Maloney from MyMMAnews.com, and tonight I am talking to Anthony Hound Dog Hogeback. Anthony has a fight coming up at Art of War on September 15th, and he's fighting Eric Bites for the Bantamweight Art of War Championship. Anthony, before we get into the fight stuff, you're in the middle of camp. How you feeling, my man? How's the body feeling? Have you been able to stay away from all those nicks and bruises and the injuries that beat you up?
Yeah, I feel really good, and quite honestly, this is like the healthiest I've felt going into a fight. I think it's because I had a little bit of time off since my last fight before I started training pretty hard again, and then right around that time I was starting to feel really good is when I got the offer to take this fight. So, yeah, my body feels great, and I'm in a good place mentally. I'm training hard. I'm getting better, and I train with hard guys, good talented guys, and yeah, I feel good. I'm ready to go.
Anthony, listen, when I got to see you fight, it was your second fight. You've had 5 fights now, so this is your 6th fight. You're becoming more and more of a veteran. Tell me, I know you work on all your skills to try to improve, but tell me 1 or 2 things that have surprised you or that you've learned so far about the fight game. Like I said, this is your 6th fight now, so it's becoming a little more commonplace for you. What's a couple of the things that have shocked you or been more difficult or more easy in the fight game?
That's a good question. I think what's shocked me a lot about, not shocked, but I think what I've learned that I didn't really necessarily think was going to be a really big deal at first was just how mental the sport is. I think the sport is I think it's 100% mental, to be quite honest with you. I reference the first time I really, really understood that was when I fought Michael McCaffrey, and he just had a different energy about him. And I was like, oh, this kid's ready to fight right now. And then it kind of started to mess with my mentality. And I kind of feel like I just it just took me off my game. And I realized that you can't really let that happen if you want to be successful in the sport. You have to be very mentally strong, even though everyone deals with the mental struggles of the sport because it's a super mentally taxing sport. But I think that's what's I've learned the most is just how mental the sport is. And I'm just slowly getting comfortable with being uncomfortable, I think.
Well, listen, when you're at Bauer House, at the gym, you're training with your teammates. Obviously, you're getting your physical work in. Now, the mental part that you're just bringing up, do you have somebody that you talk to about that? Do you have, a mentor? Tell me a little bit about, who helps you work on that part of your game, because as you're learning, it's so much more than just being the most physical fighter. It's about mental and things like that. Who do you work on that with?
I think I'm just really honest about what I'm thinking at the time with my coaches and my training partners. And I just, whatever, they can help me with at the time. I think that's what helps me the most. And then that can help my internal a lot. And it's not always the mental of being in a fight. It's just it's the mental of techniques and trusting those techniques. And when I say mental, I literally mean everything. Mentally make myself throw a jab, mentally make myself throw a two, mentally you know what I'm saying? Fighting's a lot of decision making, which boils down to your mentality. So I think it's a lot of that.
Excellent. Well, listen, Eric Bites, I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see him fight. I mean, he's 3-0. He's been, pretty much all around fighter. I think his grappling is really his strong suit. Tell me a little bit about your opponent and, how you're, attacking, Eric Bites and what you got to do to, get that Art of War championship belt.
Yeah, the minute that Jillian sent him over to me, I studied him a little bit, and the guy's skilled, man. He's good at what he does, and he's long, and he's got good he's got good striking and he's got really good grappling. So just that, man, like just try to negate what he's good at and look for my opportunities, and not really necessarily worry about what he's going to do, but worry about like what I'm going to do, what I'm going to be able to open up, what I'm going to be able to capitalize on, stuff like that. So yeah, definitely a very healthy respect for his skill set, but nothing I feel like I can't deal with or haven't seen before.
Tell me a little bit about the guys who you're working with, in this camp. Who's your main, training partners, and talk to me about the team a little bit, how things are going, and who's over there kicking your ass in the room.
Yeah, so I'm living in Pittsburgh now, and so I'm out of Stout, Pittsburgh.
Okay.
I still do have a connection to Bowerhouse, and I still I'm very close with Rob. I actually talked to him today, and all my teammates over there, and I can always go back there and never miss a beat. But just life circumstances and jobs and stuff like that, I moved up to Pittsburgh. So I'm training out of Stout, Pittsburgh. Lucas Siebert's like one of my main training partners. He's a 5-0. He just won the 145 title for 247. I train with him every day. Very high level wrestler, D1 wrestler, blue belt. Miguel Francisco, he's a 4-3 amateur. Just fought for the 247 bantamweight title. Train with him every day. Tim Bailey, 3-2 amateur bantamweight. Couple pros from like the Mat Factory up here, like Justin Patton. There's a bunch of them. I Brittany Bickhart, she's about to go pro.
Brittany, listen, I've talked to Brittany before. She's a real great prospect, and she's another hard worker. And the thing about Brittany is she's big enough that you can actually work with her a little bit. She's not no girl.
Yeah, no, we're the same size, and she whoops me. So it's it's good work every time, every day. So yeah, the bunch of like super high level guys in the room. It reminds me a lot of Bowerhouse. There's a lot of high level guys out of Bowerhouse, a lot of good pros, and same here. Like high level coaches, high level guys, big room, tough room to be in, and it just makes you better.
Listen, up there in Pennsylvania where you're at, Stout, that's loaded. I mean, we all know the wrestling background. If you're in Pennsylvania and steel country and you're tough, and that's basically what you got over there at that gym. You got a bunch of really hardworking, talented people. So I'm glad that you landed on your feet there. You have anybody you want to give some shout outs or some love to, Anthony?
Yeah, man. Like first and foremost, I want to thank Art of War and Eric for just giving me the opportunity to fight. People don't really, I don't think, understand sometimes like how hard it is to actually get fights booked and just to even make it to the fight. So very thankful and grateful to the opportunity that both Eric and Art of War, presented to me. And thankful to my gym, my training partners, my coaches, my family, my girlfriend who supports me, my sponsors who also support me. Just everyone who's kind of along for the ride with me. I appreciate it, and I thank you for the support.
Awesome. Once again, Anthony, the Hound Dog Hogeback, Art of War Cage Fighting. He's fighting for a title at Valley Forge Casino on September 15th. I'll be cage side calling the fight. Looking very forward to talking to the winner in the cage. Anthony, my man, best of luck and best of skills to you with your final preparations and your weight cuts. And man, I'm so happy to see you again. I'm glad you're kicking ass and doing well. And I look forward to you. And congratulations on the opportunity. Love talking to you, my man. I look forward to your future and this fight.
Thank you very much, and thanks for having me.